Hi, I'm Beverly Jones, and I'm Ohio State Extension Medina County Master Gardener. And we're here at our phrenology garden, which is behind AI Root in headquarters in Medina County on Liberty. So we're going to share some information today about honeybees and how they do a waggle dance. So I have actually wore my colors just to represent bees for the Medina County Library's Bee Festival. So I want to tell you a little bit about honeybees, a little background behind, before we talk about that interesting thing that they do to communicate. So honeybees live in a hive, and there is the queen bee within the hive and the worker bees, which are all females. Then there's the male, who his only purpose is to mate with the queen to produce eggs to make future adult bees. We're going to take this worker bee and we're going to show how she can go out to forage to find food. Because the worker bees are responsible for taking care of the hive and keeping it clean and feeding the young until they go through the stages to become an adult. And they want to make sure there's enough food to get them through the winter. And did you know that honeybees, and only honeybees, know how to dance? Now, we all know how to dance, but our friend here, the bee, is going to show you just how we do a waggle dance. So here is how our little bee, our worker bee, does the waggle dance. She comes forward and she's wiggling her little butt as she comes up that line. It's just an imaginary line within the hive. And then she's going to stop and she's going to turn to the right and she's going to kind of make like a half circle or a loop. And then she's going to go back to where she started. And she'll turn around. And then she's going to come back up the line. And then she'll go to her left. And then she'll make a circle and go around. And then go back to where she started. And then she's going to come up just a little bit and stop. Okay. So what she has done is she has done one waggle. Now the bee can do anywhere from 1 to 100 waggles. So we're not going to make our little bee today do that. So the number of waggles indicates the distance to where the food source is, where those bees are going to find their nectar and then their pollen. And as she comes up, she's going to stop and she's going to kind of angle herself a little bit because she also knows what direction she's going to have to send those bees in relationship to where that flower patch is to the sun. And bees know, those worker bees know what up and down is as they watch her go up and down the line because the hive is vertical. So now she's pointed, she might be at an angle depending on how far the distance is and the direction from the hive. So now those bees will turn around and they'll see what she had to tell them with her dance, and they're going to go out to that flower patch and they're going to collect their food source and they will bring it back to the hive. Now, a lot of people think there's only the waggle dance, but in looking at research about the bees, I also found out she does 2 more dances, and one of them is called the shake dance. And what she will do is she goes into the hive and she just shakes and she goes from side to side. And what the shake dance tells you is that they need help collecting more nectar and bringing it back. So she's told all the bees, worker bees in the hive, please go out and help me. I need to get more nectar and get it back here, because they want to do this in the least amount of time as possible. Then the other dance that they do is called the tremble dance. And the little legs will shake and the body will shake forwards and backwards and side to side. And what this dance does is it says, hey, you guys done a great job of collecting the nectar, but I'm here in the hive and I need help. You need to help turn that nectar into honey. So you've learned about the waggle dance, you know, how they come back and they communicate it, and it says how far and what direction. You've learned about how to communicate. We need more help bringing it back, the nectar back, and then, by the way, we've got so much, you need to help make more honey from the nectar. So I hope you've enjoyed watching our little bee do the waggle dance. We thank you for watching our little video. Come up to the garden when you feel like it. It's all gated in. It's right behind AI Root. Lots of pollinator plants that you can learn about, and where all kinds of bees like to visit, as well as butterflies and other pollinators. So thank you, and go out and you can waggle dance whether you're young or you're old, but have a good time.